Okie dokie. YouTube, what is going on? Theo Bean here. So today PAX East is going on, and they just did a live Q&A for Final Fantasy 16, as well as some other things for from Square Enix. So first part we have here is going to be Q&A discussion regarding 16. I guess there was some gameplay as well, but there's some difficulties with the stream. Causes it to crash. I think they're saying the causes were just the hype was so large that it just overloaded the system. Stream crashed because people are so hyped. Anyways, dumbass jokes aside, we're gonna kind of go through this, see what new info we can get about this, kind of break it down, talk about it, along with everything else we've gotten so far. So without further delay, let's get started.
So one thing that we've talked about repeatedly is how we built this game on 4 pillars.
その一つ目、まずはストーリーです。
So first and foremost,
So the main
pillars is story.
The 4 pillars, right? The main 4 focuses of the game is the narrative, right? The story, which makes sense, right? Yoshi P, being one of the producers for Final Fantasy 14, helped kind of rewrite the story. It's been one of the driving forces of it. One of the reasons people love that Final Fantasy 14 so much. So that makes a lot of sense.
もちろんそのストーリーを彩るキャラクターこだわってきました。
And the second pillar is our characters.
Can kind of be tied in with your narrative, right? Your strong characters help drive a good narrative. When you have characters that are convincing, or they have like a lot of drive, their characteristics, who they are, their purpose, right, what they're aiming for, that can really help drive a narrative a lot. So kind of hand in hand there a little bit.
クライブ・ロズフィールドという男の復讐から物語幕を開けますが、さまざまな登場人物、価値観、それから脅威、いろんなものがこうぶつかり合って群像劇のように、キャラクター描かれていきます。ぜひご注目ください。
All right, while our main focus of Final Fantasy 16 is, and the narrative is fixed upon Clive Rosfield as he seeks vengeance for the loss of his nation and his family, our game features a vast ensemble cast of compelling
It's a little quiet, so I'm trying to turn it up. Visuals. And then combat. That's my guess for the final.
Of course, we cannot forget graphics. Our team has worked very hard to create this unparalleled.
We can kind of skip past this battle. All right. That's right.
So we've prepared a short video of captured in-game footage
Hell yeah.
showcasing the 4 pillars. Let's start.
Let's do it. This is what we wanted.
I only stand here today because of Joshua. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I've slept in filth, drunk from a gutter, killed more men than I can count.
See, edgy. Oh, okay. More combat. Again, apologies. This is 720. This is the max. It's not going to be the cleanest. Looks like we're fighting a ninja here. Raiden ability with this dash. Phoenix. Oh, Behemoth? No. Coral. Corral. Golden Corral.
Ready, my lady?
Chill.
Ready.
Assuming Jill's gonna be our love interest. Ifrit. We hear Joshua, so this will be early on in the game, assuming, right? Kind of that last scene. That last scene kind of confirms Joshua dies, right? Part of the reason Clive is on this journey. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Alright, so now we're getting footage of us fighting Titan. Why can't I do a higher quality? So this area looks so sick, where we're fighting him. Still don't know what the fuck this thing is. Holy shit, it's huge. Ifrit. Yo, who is this? Who is that? Who is that? Hold on, we'll keep... We got a new icon. I'm not sure who that is. Wait, what? Oh, it's this Hellfire. No!
ありがとうございます。Thank you.
Give us blue
まあ、今
balls,
日のパ
man.
ネル、まだまだビデオをご用意してますので、ぜひ最後まで楽しんでいってください。
And that is not the only video we're going to be showing you. We have many more videos to be showing you today, so please look forward to them as well.
Yeah. We like that.
今見ていただいたような、
We like that.
シーン、ちょっと世界観、触れていきたいと思いま
Fellas,
す。
they,
Right, next, we'd like to talk a little bit about the world.
今回、16の物語の舞
So some of these areas, right, you can kind of see the major territories here based off these symbols here. It looks like the mother crystals, right, are in the backdrops of these worlds as well for the most part. Some of them not, unless this is all the same area. It probably is. Yeah, I'm assuming these are all areas. And so you can see the mother crystal, which is pretty cool.
All right, so the realm of Valisthea is made from 5 different nations and 1 neutral city-state. So across the realm can be found the mother crystals, these towering well springs of life and magic around which civilization thrives. One might think of these as oil fields.
そのマザークリスタル
Actually,
か
a good way to put
ら
it.
溢れ出るエーテル、まあこれが石油のようなものですね。
Given
人
the
々はその
conflict.
エーテルを使って暮らしていたんですが、いよいよそのマザークリスタルから溢れ出るエーテルが枯渇し始めたというところから物語は始まっていきます。
And these oil fields, these mother crystals, are where the realm gains its energy that powers their everyday lives, the ether, which can be compared to oil. And so this resource, however, proves to be finite, and because of that, this bitter struggle arises amongst the nations over control of what little remains.
I'm probably going to get the deluxe version of this game. Again, this is Square's video directly uploaded. It looks good in 720, all things considered. So that is a badass looking sword, by the way, for Clive. That's sick looking. This looks like it is... What is that? It looks beautiful. Torgal. God, I can't wait to play this, man. Young Clive. Oh, shit. That is the Crystalline Dominion. This area. First of all, props to Soken. Props to Soken. Very Final Fantasy-esque there. Feels new and old all at the same time.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
今ご覧いただいた映像すべて、カットシーンなどではなくプレイヤーの皆さんが主人公クライブ・ローズフィールドを、実際に赴き、
That was
探索しバトルをするエリアになってます。
And again, what we just showed you is these are not cutscenes. These are all areas that Clive will be able to go to and explore and have battles.
ぜひですねこの16の世界バリスゼアの、世界を冒険するのを楽しみにお待ちください。
And again, we hope you have fun exploring the world and hope you look forward to it.
続いてセクションとして進むのが、
Dominance.
キャラクター特にファイナルファンタジー
So this is confirming all the dominants that we know of in their icons, right? Clive with Phoenix, Jill with Shiva, Sid with Rama. We have Hugo with Titan. We have Benedicta with Garuda. We have Dion with Bahamut. And finally, Barnabas with Odin. These two are the most excited. I feel like these are probably the two favorite of all the icons in the Final Fantasy universe collectively. These two are probably the biggest fan favorites. That'd be my guess. So I'm really excited to see more of their playstyles, their abilities. We really haven't seen anything from Bahamut at all, so I'm curious to see if we get any of that today.
現実と違うのが
One of our central points of our narrative is going to be learning what drives these dominants. What are their aspirations and what are their desires? Why are they fighting? And
Yeah.
what are they fighting for?
ではここで、
Right? So this is pretty interesting, you know, like even though the story's kind of tied into real life similarities, right? You have the different countries, their oil, right? They're fighting for these resources, right? Because it's very limited. But, you know, these weapons and mass destructions, aka the icons, it's different because they're actual human beings. And they have this immense power to cause extreme havoc and damage just by turning into one of these icons as the dominants. But the thing is, right, you can't control an inanimate object like a missile or a bomb, but you can, right, control or convince an actual human being. So how that all plays into this and how each individual character, their story, their narrative, what's going on for each of them is going to be really interesting to see and how this all plays out, right? Because even there's a scene from a previous trailer, Barnabas is talking about gathering the icons together. And it's just like, because if they collectively all come together, nobody could stand up to them. Like, because they're just so much stronger than any sort of army. Even if all the armies combined, the power of all the dominants together would just be something absurd, right? With what they could do with their iconic powers. So I'm really, really curious to see what happens with this story and how this all plays out down the later part, right? Because I think we have a pretty good idea of how this all begins, right? With something kind of takes the first action. Joshua ends up getting killed, and then it seems like Clive might be kind of become this snowball effect that just keeps growing and growing, almost starting an avalanche in retaliation, trying to seek justice for what happened to his brother. So we'll kind of see how this all plays out, but I'm really excited for this. It looks like it's going to be really good. And, you know, of course, I trust in Yoshi P, everything he's done with Final Fantasy XIV and how good the story is there. So
主人公のクライブ・ローズフィールドを紹介させていただきます
All right, now let's take a quick look at our main protagonist, Clive Rosfield.
今回物語
So Clive gets this tattoo. Actually, no, sorry, it is still there.
の
It's really hard to see, but it's more faint, almost like it's this marking kind of gets removed. Damn, they made him fucking. I'm husbando. Like he looks like, look how thick his neck is. Like this dude don't skip a day. He looks like he's got massive traps. I'm Myron, not gonna lie. But
主人公クライブ・ローズフィールドと言いますが、まあこちらね、スクリーン
look how much he changes, right? From how things start off to he just looks so much like battle hardened and scarred. And there's that little clip he said he's killed so many men he can't count, all these things. Like Clive's gonna go through some major changes over the course of the story. I'm really excited to see what happens with that.
と
So, our story in Final Fantasy XVI follows Clive Rosfield through three important stages of his life, as you can see here from the left, his teens, his 20s, and his 30s.
始まり
Yeah,
ます
right. And there's this quote, right? The whole the driving force behind this is Clive and seeking out vengeance or doing what he must to find out why his brother was killed and why all this took place, right? How this whole icon thing happened, Ifrit being awoken, etc., etc.
その旅路
Our story starts with Clive obsessed in his pursuit of revenge for the loss of his brother. But across his journey, that will slowly change through chance encounters that ultimately open his eyes to a whole different world.
ただですね、もちろんこのちょっと孤独
I
な
love how
男クライブ
Torgal's
ですが
included in
彼
that.
にはこの
But Clive is not alone in his journey and is accompanied by his faithful hound, Torgal, who, in addition to being soft and lovable and such a good boy, is fiercely loyal and a deadly fighter. Good boy. Such a good boy. Oh.
というわけでですね、ぜひこのトルガルの活躍にもご注目
Makes me wonder how much English
Yes,
Yoshi
the story
P
is not only
understands.
about Clive, but it's Torgal's.
So like I know the iconic classes is like the big like blockbuster fights of the game, but I feel like the real meat on the bone is going to be the iconic abilities and when we fight as Clive. Just because the moves look so sick. Like here, he's wielding Odin's weapon, using Odin's abilities. I'm really excited to see kind of more of this. Hopefully we get some of that with the gameplay today.
These unique massive scale encounters are all created from the ground up to have this unique feel to each of them, that it's not going to be the same every time. Let's watch this first one on iconic.
So just as a note too, hopefully these videos get uploaded in a higher quality, ideally 1440. Really make use of the PS5. If that is the case, I'll kind of go over these again more in depth to just kind of get more information, since 720 it's a little bit rough with these. But all right guys, we are back here. We're going to be going through this again. We're going to start right from the beginning of the combat gameplay is about to start. We have this in 1080p now, which will be a lot better. Not 1440, but still we'll take it. So we're going to go start writing where the combat is now that the full thing is uploaded. Permafrost, Pile Drive, Rising Flame, Mega Flare. Got a Salamander, which is like an almost flying dragon-like thing. 4 bars again. We're on our items, tabbed off a Torgal. And then Zantetsuken, we just hold square. I'm assuming, which is what we're doing there. Oh, we got an Animantoise. Okay, this is like almost the exact same model as what it is in 14. I mean, just... $2,000... Shit. I can't. Gambit counter, iconic vulnerability. Oh shit. Iconal Ifrit. Holy shit, okay. So really quick. Earthen Fury. We just lift the ground up. It just causes a massive wave. So this looks like almost a part cutscene like area. Flames of Rebirth. I was curious if that healed us as well. Didn't look like it. Alright, so it looks like these are the questions we're going to go over for. I saw one part they do talk about this. Okay, these are funny looking at these. And they put them, of course, in English. I don't give a fuck about any of these. I don't think these are a problem at all. But anyways, let's see what they say about each one.
All right, so let's start with this.
So this is funny, right? Because I even said this in a previous video, especially we were looking at the stuff from the media tour, the stuff that came out, the fight with Garuda, all that stuff. I said some of the areas were really dark, but then once I saw videos of it in a higher quality, it was very it was very easy to distinguish different things like that. So I'm not really worried about this at all anymore after seeing that. Also, 8-bit Torgal, I love it.
This one, or these two, to be specific.
画面暗くないか マップ狭いよねって。
Yeah.
So even in this lower res shot, or I should say condensed shot, where it's a little bit, it's gonna look better because it's a little bit shrunk down. This is gonna be closer, right? Since this is still only 1080 now, compared to before. But even now, looking at everything, you can still clearly see outlines, all that stuff. And this is, I promise you, it'll look better when we have it day one. We all have our hands on this.
We got a lot of this.
So
Why
I'm
is
not
it
worried.
so dark? Why the area is so small?
いやいやいや、
No, 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 no.
まあ
Slow
落ち着
down.
いslow down
Slow down.
please
Okay.
slow down please.
Okay.
まあ当然暗いだけでも狭いだけでもない。
I mean, they're in a castle. Castle's going to be condensed hallways. Again, I'm not worried about this. We just saw big open areas that we just a little while ago. So again, it's fine.
It's not all dark. In the game, the areas aren't all small.
でなんでこうなったかというと、ちょっとメディアツアーにはやっぱり今回ファイナルファンタジー16リアルタイムアクション、そのバトル
All right, so area showcase was not a field but a stage, right? Like I said, this was going through a certain area for a mission. We had to fight Benedicta. We saw that. 16 has many different stages in addition to fields. Again, sure, it's fine. Map size, design, and layout are unique to each stage, of course. I think there's no really any reason to worry about these, so let's move on here to this.
All tight quarters, shrouded in everlasting darkness. Let me whip out the old PS5 to show you one of our more larger explorable areas that we call fields. Right here.
Oh, Yoshi P himself is going to play
じゃあ
with Torg on his lap.
All right, let's switch the screen to the PS5. There.
止まってない。よかっ
Okay.
た。
All right, menus. Here we go. Yeah, this is that nitty gritty we love. Save, load, tutorial messages, licenses, return title. Super straightforward. Different system settings here. For I'm sure like camera settings, screen settings, volume, dialogue, story stuff, and then controller button layouts, things like that.
It's not froze. It didn't freeze. It didn't freeze.
今ポーズかけておいたんで。
We pause it. Now we're gonna unpause. Here we go. Wait a minute. Wait.
Again, now this is 1080. It still looks very good.
Wait.
This waterfall, I guarantee, is going to look way better when we actually have it in a higher resolution.
Controller. I just want to show. Look. This is not a video. Okay.
あんなかっこ悪い動きしないでくれるかな。
I'm sorry. Yeah, I made Clive.
It's really dumb that they have to do that, but it's somebody would have fucking said it regardless. So, I mean, it's funny they're making fun of it. But you know, if they had it, somebody would have fucking said, well, it was probably recorded.
Look
But...
bad in that, but you know, I had to show you it was real.
Chocobo, we can hold
まあ
R3. There's our
の世界、これ
our Chocobo.
フィールドと呼ばれる、まあ、大
I
体
want the white chocobo that we
2キロ
saw.
四方のエリアになりますが、かなりね、広いマップっていうのももちろん用意されてます。
This looks
So again,
like
we do have
Eldest
these,
Clive.
very open, spacious areas. This one happens to be again
Chill,
about 2 kilometers
Torgal.
by 2 kilometers in size.
で、ちょっと進ん
What was that?
でみましょうか。
All right, let's head.
Oh, we're not going to ride the chocobo. Oh, sprint.
で、まあ、これ、
Our teammates keep
普
up
通の
with
ハイファ
us.
ンタジーの世界にはね、
So we saw this in one of the backgrounds. Almost looks like a this kind of reminds me of the why am I blanking on it? Bruh. There we go. Thank you. All right. This reminds me kind of like a destroyed Garlean ship from 14. A little bit of it, not entirely. But it looks like a destroyed structure. Almost like a ship, kind of. A lot of holes in it for it to be a ship, but still a little bit of a resemblance, at least for me.
オブジェクトですが、こちら1500年前に存在していたと言われる空の文明と言われる謎のね、古代文明の遺跡が各所に点在しています。
Again, we mentioned before that the game is high fantasy, but everywhere in the world you're going to see these type of old relics from an ancient civilization, which we call the Fallen, which existed up until about 1,500 years ago.
Let's hear that again.
謎のね、古代文明の遺跡が各所に点在してます。
Again, we mentioned before that the game is high fantasy, but everywhere in the world you're going to see these type of old relics from an ancient civilization, which we call the Fallen, which existed up until about 1,500 years ago.
Got it. So, old empire went extinct. We still find their relics, things that they built, architecture in the world around us.
実
Valstia.
際このフィールドの中にはこうやった、人々がね集まってキャンプなどが、
So already, just the people walking around and traveling is really a nice little feature. It looks like an actual world that we'll be in.
開かれていたりします。
And of course, in these large fields, it's not just places for battle, but you also have towns.
The
and
Boakland
encampments
Market.
as
Domekian
まあ
Republic.
こういったところも基本は全くロード
This should be Hugo's area.
進んでいきます。
well. And as you see, it's all seamless from field into town. Dynamic conversation.
Sorry.
Large fields, it's not just places for battle, but you also have towns and encampments as well.
まあこういったところも基本は全くロードなしシームレスにも全部進んでいきます。
And as you see, it's all seamless from field into town.
Okay, the laughing was just regarding what the NPC said. I'm listening to what they said. Pretty much no loading screens. And I'm trying to listen to what Soken's cooking.
Dynamic conversations.
であんまり進むと、ストーリーが進んでしまってスポイラーになるので、
Oh, yeah.
ワールドマップの紹介をしようかな。
Okay, yeah, we can't go any further. It's about 145 more yards to the next part, and we
Yeah,
can't show
cutscene spoilers, understandable.
you that. So we're going to stop here, and we're going to show you the world map.
ファイナルファンタジー16ですが、このようにワールドマップ
Holy shit. This is just hold up a second. Hold up. Hold up. So we look at Where's the I saw a map earlier, was there not? Damn. Where did I see a map earlier? So this looks like a huge fucking map because this is just one region. What these are, these little symbols, I'm not sure.
というものが存在してます。
So, with Final Fantasy
So this is just the island. The rest of the massive continent is back this way? Holy shit.
16, we have this world map, and these are the areas that you can explore.
So the Mother Crystal, the map looks really good, how the things are outlined in the geography of the land.
で実
This is an open world, but I mean, this is okay. So this puts my theory from earlier to rest. This is a lot more open world than what I thought. I guess I was being a little, not pessimistic, but, I was being cautious in my theory, right? Since they said it's not open world, but this looks pretty open world. I'm assuming we could run in between these different areas. Maybe not. Maybe these kind of section these areas off, perhaps. These are kind of interesting seeing these now, what these kind of indicate. If anything at all, maybe these are like just different parts of the world. These little chain link, their telephone lines or their electric power lines. I don't know what they're considered. Or maybe these do section off different parts of this continent.
What it's like to actually travel to an area and how much loading time there is.
怖いな。
And here we go. 1,
2, 3,
4ぐらいですね。
all right, here we are. Boom.
Granted, this game still has time to get polished up and updated. but that was pretty quick, all things considered, to completely render new area and everything loaded in like that. No additional frames or areas being rendered as it started up.
That pixel.
なんだろうね。なんだろうね。別のデータを読みます。
Okay, let's
One,
go to the next data.
two, holy fuck, that was even faster. What the fuck? That was actually really quick.
That was it. Very quick.
Yes. こちらがですね、クライブ青
So this architecture kind of looks the same as that structure we saw before. This looks like Fallen is what they called it. Maybe this was built by the Fallen. Make for Phoenix Gate. Where exactly this is, I'm not sure, but this kind of what the vibes I'm getting from this area is.
年期、
Clive can return in between his adventures.
まあ、例えばこのアジトには、こういったカローンのショップがあります。
Oh. So we have a purple weapon. I like colors. As an RPG person, she sells white stuff. So we have a physical attack and her magic are both 165. The Gaia blade is worse. It looks like we have one in our inventory, which I'm assuming what this chest little number means. But we have the Invictus sword currently equipped. Just that badass sword that Clive's had on his back. Just to make sure that is the same sword. This one's actually a little different, but still cool looking.
武器とか、
Ooh, okay, white armor, head or belt.
And here, Clive can buy weapons.
防具とか、アクセサリーとか。
So going back here as well, let's take a quick look. When it is the rarity and luster of gold that make it a standard wealth in the realm, the alchemist covets the lesser known third quality ethereal content. Unlike most metals, gold has an innate ability to channel aether and even amplify its effects, making it invaluable for those who wish to extract the full potential from a crystal or bearer. So physical defense and then health looks like, or just
Here,
defense.
Clive can buy weapons.
So what is this? An accessory, which we cannot afford. It costs 11,000. This is the most expensive thing it looks like she has. Residual wind aether that, having failed to dissipate on the battlefield, has instead manifested in solid form, not unlike crystal, but with an elemental purity that renders it far more potent, if not highly specialized in its applications. Reduces Rook's Gambit cooldown time by 2.7. So this is the buff that it gives us.
もちろんポーションの補充なんかもね。
As well as
Potions.
items.
So here we have high potion. Instantly restores 40%.
Accessories.
もちろんポーショ
A regular potion restores
ンの
20%.
補充なんかもね。
As well as
Stone skin increases defense by 30%.
the
And then increases attack bar by 10%. So that stone skin's probably going to be good. And it looks like we were maxed out on these. So we've seen the potion tab, which is normally where my camera is, right down here.
で、他には、あ、トルガルが寝てる。
oh, Torgal sleeping.
Aww,
Aw.
taking a nap.
火事が
Blackthorn,
ブラックソン
our... Let's see
And
what
here we have
he
the
can do.
hideaways master blacksmith, Blackthorn.
このブラックソン
Gaia blade. So we can... So this is not what we have equipped. Was the Gaia blade the sword we just saw? Yeah, it was. It was the sword that the vendor had. It is. Okay. Go back. Okay. So we can upgrade these with different materials that we can get. I'm assuming we'll get these just from going out, completing quests, killing enemies, etc., etc. And we see the different rarities. So by upgrading, it looks like this will become a green weapon. Love that RPG, right? We love our
使っ
colors.
て
for
新しい
gear.
武器や防具を作った
Make
り
us feel special
今ま
when
で
we
使
get
って
good
いる
stuff.
武器や防具のアップグレードを行ったりすることができます。
Here, Clive
So that other symbol we saw was not magic. It was stagger, as we can see right down here. So we have our attack, and then our stagger is the stats that we're going to have for our weapons.
can bring the materials that he's gathered.
So our attack just is all in one stat, which is fine. It's simple, right? For all of our attacks we do physical, our iconic abilities, etc., etc.
On his journey to craft
多くのサイド
I'm assuming these might be quests
クエストここからも
in
発
front of
表されて
us.
ます
As you can see there in the background with those exclamation points, those are side quests that start from the hideaway. Of course, there are also side quests that will start in other locations as well, but most of them start from here in the hideaway.
Oh, nice cloak. I want one.
I want one
Getting gassed up by NPCs.
そしてこちらのストーンもぜひ覚えてお
What
いて
is
くだ
this?
さ
The
い
Arete
All right,
Stone.
and next up we have this item that's called the Arete Stone.
Arete.
アクセスするとですね、コンバットをトレ
Ooh, this is like our the virtual simulator in Remake.
ーニングする、
Hone your battle skills in a customizable training area in the Hall of Virtue.
別時間別時空
Arcade
の
mode, you probably rack up a score.
コンバットをトレーニングする、別時間別時空の
Alright. Replay any previous cleared stage and be awarded a score based on performance. Restrictions on level gear consumables are applied. Gameplay mode will default to action focused. What does action focused mean? I wonder, let's see what stage replay is.
アーケードモードも用意されてます
We also have what's called an arcade mode, where players can compete for high scores and compare their scores with players from around the world on the leaderboard.
そして一度クリア
Okay, I like that. Like a little bit of a competitive element to the RPG if you want to be that ultimate min-maxer and show how good you are.
したストーリーステージを
Replay any previous cleared stage, but at current level. Treasure coffer data is retained. Treasure coffer data, what does that
再度
mean?
リプレイするっていったことも、こちらのストーンからできます
And then we have some we can't see, so I wonder if that could be like a boss rush mode, a like horde mode where you have to defeat waves of enemies, you get score, possibly something like that. Who knows?
のでぜひ活用して
But
ですね
some different
いろんなやり込み
ideas that it
に
could
チャレンジ
possibly
して
be.
いただければと思います
And of course, we also have a stage replay. So any of the stages that players have played and completed, they can go back and replay them
I just gotta say, it's a nice looking tree. That's a very pretty tree. Anyways.
at any time. Wait, question? What's that? No.
クエスチョン
Question.
シークレッ
Secret. Okay. Okay.
It's a secret.
ト
All right, let's go to the next burning question.
I hate QT
Is this really cute? I mean, it is technically, but it's so it's playing a movie. You press a fucking button and you have like 2 seconds to do it.
I hate QTE.
まあ QTE 人によってね好き嫌いもちろん分かれるとは思うんですがちょっとフォローさせてください
Again, we know that the opinion on QTEs varies greatly amongst players.
まずそのファイナルファンタジー16のそのカットシーンこれって QTE なのかと言われると
But there's the question. So, are all of Final Fantasy XIV's battle cutscenes QTE driven?
答えはノーです
And the answer to that is no.
いうのは多数のフェーズがあります
Yeah,
So,
we've
in
seen
Final
that.
Fantasy-
Right, like I said before, when we first fought Garuda, we fight dominant versus dominant, then we had dominant versus icon, and then icon versus icon. Right? So I'm assuming for a lot of these bosses we're gonna have similar phases. We've also seen dominant versus icon for Odin briefly in previous trailers. I'd imagine if we don't get at least 2 or 3 phases, right, for each major boss fight for the part of the story.
Fantasy 16, we have a lot of different boss battles. And in those boss battles, they're split up into multiple phases.
皆さんがですねクライブを操作して敵のヒットポイントをある程度削るとまあバトルフェーズが進むっていう概念になってます
During each phase, again, Clive will wail away on a boss until its hit points get to a certain amount. And when the boss's hit points are reduced to that amount, the battle will transition to a new phase.
で
And also, with these mini QTEs that we have in the game, again, the amount of time that you get to press the buttons, actually, you have a lot of time. It's not actually that.
Yes, you do. That's one thing that's been pretty clear from what we've seen already. They give you a shit ton of time, so it's not like. I mean, we haven't seen what it's like when you fail a QT, but I imagine you probably just take some damage and it just keeps going.
That quick.
なので S slow
slow time event, STE.
まあまあ
To the next burning question, the players are
Okay.
going to need to worry about.
はい。では
So
次の
that's
セク
it.
ション行きましょう
Okay.
All right, let's go up to the next burning question.
Shove your action. I want my ATB. Does anybody really care about this? The people that would complain about this is the hardcore FF fans. So that's the only people I think that would actually complain about this. Just fucking try it. You don't need ATB. ATB isn't the best thing ever. Devil May Cry 5 has apparently some of the best combat from any game. So I've heard, so I've read. So they know what they're fucking doing. Just give this a shot.
Yeah.
これは
Also, your ATB is your limit gauge. How about that?
これはでも
Close enough.
正直気持ち
The combat's honestly going to be probably the best part about this game. It looks really good.
Ourselves, and we wanted to challenge ourselves with making a full action based Final Fantasy game, something that shows the world the potential of the series.
ただちゃんとお約束します。誰もが楽しめるゲームにしっかり仕上がってます。
But Final Fantasy 16 isn't just for those players who excel at action games. We want everyone to play it. Even that guy right there in the third row. I think I talked to him earlier. He said, Koji, I'm not good at action games. Like, no, it's for everyone, even you.
俺は何も言ってないからな。
But again, to make the game both accessible and enjoyable to everyone, we developed these in-game equipable items known as the timely accessories that make the game accessible. And we're going to show you how they work using.
Is this the accessories you talked about
PlayStation 5. So
before?
let's go back to the PlayStation 5 screen. Okay, we need to go to a different area.
いや
Can we mount the chocobo? That's what I want to see.
Okay, so we're
So no random encounters. See enemies just like we have in
going
15.
to go to a different section of the area that we did the
Assumedly so.
walkthrough
Those look
before.
like wild
ま
chocobos.
ず
They
ク
are.
ライブの、現在のギアですがこのア
So we have this green sword.
クセサリー何も装備されてません。
Okay, so this is the gear equip screen, and we see at those bottom three slots for accessories, we have nothing equipped in the accessory slots.
普通にクライブのこの召喚獣の切り替えというのは、こちらの L2 ボタンを押
Okay,
す召
so
喚
by
です
pressing
Spark
the
when we
L2 button,
change.
that cycles through the three icons that you have channeled.
じゃあ僕が全てマニュアルでちょっと敵と戦ってみようかなと。
Okay, so first we're going to go through a battle, and this is all manual. We have none of the helpful
Storm
accessories.
Panther. We lock on. Use a
まず回
fire.
避は R1 ですね
So you press R1 to evade. See him evading there.
で仲間たちはオートで戦います
And then you have Jill and Torgal are fighting automatically. He's
今
dodging.
うまく回しますね
That was a good judge.
でもかわせ
Oh,
ない
he's got
And that
hit.
was a bad one.
So we took damage, and then we have this bar here. I wonder if this just regens over time, kind of like how fighting games do. This fucker is tough. Slow down there.
You're pretty good.
Thank you
So we dodged into an attack.
で
He staggered.
イルゲージを
Limit.
削るとこうダウン状態に
And each enemy has of these larger enemies have what's called a will gauge. When you get their will down to 0, they will be staggered and fall like this. And it's for free
Boom.
for all on the down enemy.
Oh, Jill just got smacked. Is he critting? Yellows are crits.
では倒しました
Ooh, is that? What is that? 9 bloody hides.
How much practice?
え
How much
Four
practice?
times
Four times?
まあ今のが、何もします
Again, we can understand that even that can be very overwhelming for players that aren't used to action type of games.
Aren't there other things that you can use? Accessories that aren't just these, though?
And so now we want to equip the timely accessories.
今回ファイナルファンタジー16難易度を選択するといったような考え方ありませんこのアクセサリーを使うことで、 アクションの自分の苦手なポイントを補ってくれる、これをつけることで誰でもアクションゲームを楽しめるというふうに作ってます。
So again, with Final Fantasy XVI, we don't have the traditional difficulty system where you choose like easy mode or
I don't think Final Fantasies has really ever had that.
normal mode or hard mode. The difficulty is the same, and we change the difficulty, and each player can customize their own difficulty by equipping or unequipping these timely accessories to basically match their own skill level.
では今回はこの5つのアクセサリーの中からオートアタックをまずつけます。
So first off, we're going to equip what's called the Ring of Timely Strikes, which automates the attacks. Is when something is about to attack Clive, or there's an incoming attack, right before it hits Clive, the game will slow down and Clive will be prompt. Before it was a storm.
We've kind of already seen this before.
見ててくださいね。まず攻撃。
Alright, so now we're going
All right,
to
we're level 45. This thing's level 30. We should clap this thing.
attack. We're going to dodge one of the attacks.
Bro, this is easy mode.
これ R1 を押すだけですね。
That's so sick.
あ、自分で避けちゃった。
Oh, that was good. Yes, just pressing R1 at the prompt.
It's impossible to take damage with this shit, man.
連続でも
And then like this as well, when there's multiple attacks in a
で今度
row.
は
This is easy mode, dude. There's no reason to use this.
Each one will
四
stop.
角
And
オ
now
ートア
next
タ
we're
ッ
going
ク
to show the auto attack. And now he's only pressing square and he's able to do these
よい
combinations.
しょ。
Way. You can play one-handed.
This is a joke, man. There's no way.
だから
Limit.
ここまで
Limit.
そのサポートしてもらうと本当片手でもこれぐらい遊べちゃいます。
He's
And again,
literally
you
just
know,
spamming square, what you see here, and it's just doing everything else for him.
The ring of timely focus and the ring of timely strikes condense any way you want.
Okay, I think we get the point.
はい、倒せましたね。ありがとうございます。
Puts the game on
まあ
easy
そ
mode.
の回避自体をもう全部オートにしてしまうっていうア
Don't
クセサリ
use
ーも
those
用意しているので、
unless you
プレイ
absolutely
ヤー
have
の
to. I
皆さん
mean,
一人一人が
all right, I'm not going to discriminate. I've been playing games for a long time. So if you're new, right, and this isn't something you're used to, you don't have experience, right, then by all means, do what you feel like is best for you. But at the same time, I think games are best experienced when you actually challenge yourself, right? So this is not going to challenge you at all by doing this. It is not going to force you to get better. So just something to consider. He has a second sword here. I saw there was one scene where he had a second sword, and the other one, at least you couldn't see it. So that's
どんな
interesting
スタ
little
イルで
tidbit.
このゲームを遊びたいか、そこをぜひ。
You know, oh, I have this one off or have it on. You'll always be able to know right up there in the top left.
Yeah.
So the bolded one tells you what you have equipped. Okay, I was actually curious what those meant. Now we know.
The title of our, you know, panel is "Can you pet the Torgal?"
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You can
yeah.
pet the.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yes,
here we
yeah.
go.
Not that Torgal.
This is what we've been waiting
That
for.
Torgal.
ああ、
Can you
sorry,
pet the Torgal?
sorry. トが
The Torgal. Aw.
Oh,
No, no.
Sorry. あ、しょんぼりしちゃった。
Can you kill the Torgal? No. Pet.
Hey.
Pet.
Good
Yeah,
boy.
good boy.
you can give Torgal some loves. Oh, you can feel.
Reach for Torgal.
Oh yeah, what a good boy.
ごめんごめん。単純にボタン間違っちゃった。
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
5番であることもあって、
This is a good question, I guess. This is probably the best one of them all.
結構簡単な作りにしてあります。
So we had some players wondering about whether the icon versus icon battles are going to be all the same. At the media tour, we allowed the media to try out the Ifrit versus
Garuda looks so good. Like just her design with her feathers and everything. They did such a good job with her.
Garuda battle.
Her
And
wings,
as
her
this is one of
claws.
the first icon versus icon battles that appear in the game, the overall difficulty is fairly low. You can think of it as an icon versus icon tutorial.
じゃあイベントバトルなのかというと、やっぱこれも答
No way, they're not all the same. Holy shit.
えはノーになります。
But again,
I'm shocked.
召喚獣バトル
did put together a quick video that shows you just enough. So let's take a look at some of those icon versus icon battles.
Who is this? All right, who is this? This is what I want to know. Typhon? No way. That's Typhon? Who else is in here? What? So here's what Typhon normally looks like. This is why I never would have guessed. This is Typhon. This guy. This is FF7 Typhon. So he looks unique. And he looks cool. So who else is going to be included? So one thing as well, right? This is, I want to look at this. All right. So here's the mural of the icons, right? This is, I believe, Ifrit. In Phoenix. Has this been updated? There's Garuda. Shiva. That's Leviathan, who we have not seen anything of yet. Odin. Bahamut. Titan. Is that Typhon? These halos represent the characters. This might not be Ifrit, but in Phoenix, but I think that makes the most sense. Almost looks like there's something behind. And there's rings going out. These two lines. So we haven't seen you, and this might be Typhon. So going back. Whoa. Okay, so now we're fighting Titan. Holy f, Titan's huge. Titan lost. What the fuck is that? Titan lost. I feel like that's not the actual name. This is crazy. Phoenix? Yo, what is this? Aim, attack, and evade. So we get to play. This has got to be earlier on in the game. Oh, this is getting juicy. Shit, I wasn't expecting this. Odin. Bahamut. Okay, this is what I really want to see. Oh, shit. Holy shit. Ifrit versus Dark Ifrit. I think that answers that question.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you.
まあちょっと
Again,
Did
so
they?
now our final concern has to do with the game content outside of battles. We've seen the action, but what about the RPG?
もちろんあります。
Again, we have RPG elements too.
ただもう時間がなくなったので
So next month, we only have a couple more days. We have less than a week left in this month, so
え
In the very, very near future, we're going to be releasing more information on the RPG elements of Final Fantasy XVI.
right. So that's the only thing. This is, I think, a valid question because the amount of stuff we've seen has been pretty limited. We got a little bit more details, right? Gear rarity, some of the different gears, vendors, things like that. Things that we are pretty common to seeing in other RPGs. So it's there, right? We see a little bit more of it, at least a little bit more of the bigger picture, just slowly peeling that back. So in April here, we'll be getting some more information. I'm really excited to see kind of what we get on that because as much as I love action RPG, I do like that RPG part of that title
はい
as well.
Thank you for everyone for coming.
That's what we're doing.
Thank you.
All right. So that is that. Some juicy details here. Oh, let's go back to Typhon for just a second. All right, he's got like he looks. Who's Typhon's dominant? We don't know who the dominant is for Typhon or for Leviathan, and we haven't seen anything on Leviathan at all. I don't know if the character will kind of look like this, but where the fuck are we? Also, is this crazy looking? Typhon uses like wind, I thought, so I'm curious to see what makes him unique. So all the icons that will be able to use abilities are going to be Ifrit, Phoenix, Garuda, Titan, Bahamut, Odin, Leviathan, Typhon, at least. I don't know what Titan Lost is. Titan Lost. Is that just... Let's go back to that. What does that have to do? Titan Lost. We went past it, didn't we? Bahamut. Where's Titan Lost? After this. So he does look like Titan. What the fuck does Titan Lost mean? Does Ego go berserk and turn into this even god mode Titan? I don't know. So he has like the neck armor in his portrait, right? When we're fighting him. And then that's kind of gone. I don't know how this is going to work. So he has all this rock-like armor, which is pretty similar to what we see on him here. That's like that tornado kick is so sick. Nice dodge. His health bar moved this smidge. Backdraft finish. So this looks way more action-y and more like the actual combat we've seen for this fight compared to the Garuda one. The Garuda footage we saw was pretty simplistic, and this looks more like the combat that's just like how it is with Clive. So this is actually really nice to see. And I want to point this out here as well. Give me a second. So there's this cursor here down below, and it says, oops, sorry, here, let's do this. On my green screen, it doesn't cover all the way. But there's this thing, it says Firelight right here in this other symbol, and there's 6 of them. So of course we can't use items as Ifrit, but this might be some sort of buff that increases maybe your damage and or defense or something like that for a period of time as we're going through these fights. And they're getting some big ass numbers too while we're doing this. Pyro Salt. Mortal Coil looks insane. Look at that. It's almost like a Mega Flare. He charges a beam from his mouth and just massive AoE drops. This looks so sick. This could be when we first awaken as Ifrit. All right. So a lot to look forward to here. So some good details, nothing really too new from what I saw other than the hub area where you're at was pretty cool to see. Little details like that. In regards to combat, nothing too new. We just got to see a little bit more details on the things we've kind of already explored just by kind of breaking down these videos that we've gotten regarding the trailers and everything, the media content for 16. Next part, I think we're gonna get some good info, right? Probably be talking about the RPG elements. That'll be talking about our abilities, leveling up skills, things like that, the ability trees, the different icons, as well as gear, things like that, how that all works, things with the blacksmith, right? We kind of saw that a little bit, but we might be getting more details and everything like that sometime here in April. So as soon as we get those details, of course, you can expect another video right here on this channel. The more fighting and things like this we see, the more gameplay. The game just looks so crisp and good. I really can't wait for this, man. It just looks incredible. So it's different, right? He at level 30, he has Odin, Phoenix, and Bahamut. Santetsuken, so sick. Damn, 1,000 each. Maybe this is not earlier on in the game because this is the Infernal icon here again, and we're level 20. So that's interesting little detail. But you get the general idea, right? I'm really excited for this. The hype just gets building and building and building. So let me know down below some of the little details, things that you like to see or things that you're curious about going into the update for April. But until then, that's going to be it. I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Really helps me out so much, especially with the channel here. Just trying to continue growing, building the best content that I can for you guys. Just getting all the little nitty gritty and the details we can out of these. So that is going to be it. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace and deuces. See ya.